Hello and welcome to the channel. Thanks for stopping by. Great to have you here. Today we're going to take a look at this. The BENYAR by-5179M. Obviously looks like a very popular watch from Tudor, shall we say. This is a watch that I have a bit of a history with, and if you followed the channel for a while you would have seen I put a video up about stop before you buy from AliExpress, and it was all about this particular watch. I'll put a link to that just in the top. And the problem I had was the bezel pinged off this watch. To be fair to the store that I got it from, they offered a refund if I sent it back, but I decided to keep it and I glued the bezel back on. So there's a bit of a history with this watch. It's one of the reasons the review's a bit slow, but I'm not going to let that sway my thoughts on this watch at all. But here we go. It's the BENYAR by-5179M. Obviously a Black Bay homage. Now, this is the black and gold version. I'll put the other two versions up on the screen as well. We've got the one with the black dial and the maroon bezel, which is really nice, and also the blue and white version. I'll put a link into the description. It's this cost me about £43 plus some VAT, so about $50, $55, something like that. Great watch. I'm really pleased with it. I was really excited to get this. One of the reasons being it's mechanical as well. I haven't done many mechanical automatic watches on the channel yet, but this was one of the first ones I got. And so far, I've really liked it. I really like the look of this watch, but we'll get into it anyway. So let's see what we get for our $50. So what we get is a solid watch for the money. Dimensions-wise, so we're 42 diameter. Lug to lug is 49.4 mil, so it's not too big on the wrist, so anybody with a smaller wrist might get away with that. Strap is a 22 mil bracelet in this particular one. Weight is 163 grams, so it is a weighty watch. Now, I like a watch that I can feel that I'm wearing, but some people would prefer something lighter, so just bear that in mind. Now, the thickness on this is 16 mil. Now, that's one of the thickest watches I've got currently. Some people might really find that a problem. Definitely going to be a cuff catcher. I don't suffer from that too much with this, but some people might find that just way too thick for them. So just bear that in mind. Again, really solid watch, but for the price, I don't think it's bad at all. So the build on this watch can be a little confusing. A couple of stores list the body as stainless steel, and a couple of others I've seen, including the one I got it from, the BENYAR factory store, list it as alloy. I haven't got the equipment to be able to tell you which one it is. Although just on the back, it does say all solid stainless steel. Now, that might just be relating to the caseback, but it might also be relating to the body. So just bear that in mind. I'm honestly unsure what it is. It is a nicely finished watch, polished on the sides, top of the lugs, coin edge on the bezel. Crown is nicely signed. Don't always see that, but again, I've seen a couple of listings say the crown is screw down, and it's not. It's just a standard push-pull crown. Now, this is a mechanical watch, as I said, and I'll mention the movement here. It is the G3265Z by PTS. Now, I'm not actually I'm an expert on mechanical or automatic watch movements, so I'm not sure what the power reserve is on that, but I have had an issue with this basically dying at certain times. I don't know if anybody in the comments wants to, if they're an expert on mechanical movements, wants to sort of find the what power reserve it's meant to have. But it's a very popular movement. I did do a bit of research and saw it in several watches, including lots of things by the Fossil Group, etc. So it is a known movement, automatic. And we'll show you that when we get onto the caseback. So dial-wise, I went with the black version and the black bezel. So we've got a soft matte black dial. Indices are, well, there's no Arabics on it, so we've got squares at the 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10 and 11. The 3, 6 and 9 are these rectangles with a nice triangle at the 12. Pointing down to the BENYAR logo, which is printed on. and the name there above the pinion, and then below is automatic, water resistant, 10 bar, 100 meters. Hands, snowflake hands for the hour, sword style minute hand, again in this soft sort of beige color, edged in gold, which is one of the reasons I went for this, because I haven't really got a lot of gold in my collection, so it was one of the reasons I went for this particular color. However, I'd happily have any of the three colors. Then on the bezel, we've got a red triangle at the 12 with a loom pip. Then down to the 3, we've got minute markers with 10 highlighted there. And then we've got sections here with 20, 30, 40, 50. Now the dial is loomed. Sorry, when I say the dial, I mean the hands and the indices are loomed, but the dial isn't. Now loom on this watch, I'll put a picture up. It glows really well when you first get it done and lit up. However, it doesn't do well on my 3 a.m. test, which means basically, can you read this watch at 3 o'clock in the morning? Probably not. It really seems to struggle to absorb light, to get the hands in particular. I mean, the indices fade quite quickly, but the hands don't last much longer. So 3 o'clock in the morning, the chances are you probably won't read this watch, which is a shame. Now, case back on this. It is a display case, which is always great to see. I know nobody else sees that but yourself. Just around the edge, we've got all solid stainless steel, BY-5179M, and water resistant 100. And as I say, we've got that movement in there, the G, or I forgot what it was, by PTS. Not the fanciest of movements, but it does have some decoration on there. It's some colour on there. And it's nice. Screw down, so you get 100 meters. Nothing amazing, but for a mechanical watch, yeah, looks great. I'd rather have that than not have a display case on a mechanical watch, to be honest. Now, the bracelet is pretty standard 3-link solid bracelet. It's nice enough. It's matte, brushed. Now, I did notice that I've caught the bracelet just there. You can probably just see I've dinged the bracelet there, which is kind of taking the finish off it. But that wasn't like that when I got it. That's me wearing this watch, because I do like to wear this watch. Yeah, pretty standard. Now, the clasp is one of the smaller ones. I'm not a massive fan of these. There's no micro adjust on there. We've got BENYAR printed on there, but yeah. Now, I didn't need to change anything on this. It fitted my 8-inch wrist straight out the box, but it is a little loose, so I don't think I could get away with taking a link out. So just bear that in mind. If you've got a smaller wrist, you'll probably need to take a link out, but 8-inch wrist should fit it straight out the box. So here it is on my 8-inch wrist. I think it looks really good. As I say, it's slightly loose on this one, but because it came out the box, I could tighten it up if I wanted to, but I'd need to take a link out, and that might be a little tight as there is no micro adjust on here. But I think it looks great. I'd take all 3 of the colours. I'm still seriously tempted to get the blue one just to be a little different. I don't think I've got many blue watches, so I might well invest in another one of these. It's not perfect. Yes, the bezel popping off, that was a problem. I fixed that, and it seems fine, but it's always made me slightly wary on this particular watch. I do believe that's just a one-off. I don't think that's a fault with the particular brand or anything like that. And the other niggle I'd have is the loom. The loom's just poor at the end of the day. I wouldn't recommend getting this if you want to use it at night, because that would have faded by 12 o'clock at night, which is a shame. It's a real shame, because this could be my sort of everyday watch if it wasn't. Nice to have a mechanical as well. If somebody lets me know what the power reserve is in the comments below, that'd be great. So thanks for watching. If this isn't your type of watch, this might be your type of watch. And I'll put a link to the review of this watch up in the corner. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.